Hello, my name is Lisha Liu, a lecturer of English at the Department of Foundation Courses, South University of Science and Technology of China. Today, my presentation topic is Students' Transition of English Learning from School to University, a qualitative case study at a Chinese university. This project has not been finished yet, but there are some preliminary findings worth to share. First, I'd like to talk about my reasons for the study. As China deepens its reforming in English teaching at all educational levels in the past decade, before entering universities, Chinese high school students have improved their English a lot. The most significant indicator is students' vocabulary. It has been enlarged to approximately 4,000 words, of which derived words are not included. However, the National College English curriculum only requires students to master about 5,000 words. For most first-year undergraduates, learning another 1,000 words only needs 1 year, or even less, saying 1 semester. Because of this, they may find college English courses could not improve their English too much. According to some previous studies, the first-year non-English major Chinese undergraduates have very different English proficiency levels, and found college English courses boring and repetitive. Moreover, they're very dependent on their English teachers and lack of independent learning. However, for universities, the status of general English courses is downgraded to foundation courses, and the national syllabus has some overlaps with the school English curriculum. Meanwhile, the diversity of teaching methods at universities needs a lot of independent learning from students. In this case, investigating how to bridge the gap between English learning from school to university seems to be very significant. Then let's move on to research aim and gaps, as well as the theoretical framework of the study. This project aims to conceptualize this transition process from students' perspective. This could have important practical implications for the way that teachers and higher education institutions in China support undergraduate English learning. In terms of the research gaps, the existing literature indicates that many previous studies drew their conclusions based on documentary analysis, not empirical investigation. Even though there are some empirical inquiries, they are mainly from the teacher's perspective, not the students'. In addition, questionnaire is the primary research instrument, which may restrict detailed feedback from individuals. As for the theoretical framework, two aspects were considered. One is the consistency of curriculum and teaching. The other is learners' development of their own learning capacities. Based on the combination of the two theoretical perspectives, this study also used Bridges' transition model to help understand how these students feel through the change. Three research questions related to today's presentation are listed on the slide. 1. What is the English learning situation at the pre-transitional stage from students' perspective? 2. At the transitional stage, how do students feel about college English teaching and curriculum? 3. In what ways do students engage in such transition in English learning from school to university? In terms of the research methods, this study used convenient sampling. 29 first-year non-English major undergraduates from a research-based Chinese university voluntarily participated in the study. Data was collected through face-to-face semi-structured interviews with individual students and analyzed through an inductive thematic approach. After analyzing the participants' interview transcripts, I summarized some preliminary findings. At the pre-transitional stage, even though the results of previous studies showed that Chinese high school students' English improved a lot, The participants in my study were still not very confident about their English proficiency, especially in listening and speaking skills. In order to achieve a better score in the college entrance examinations in China, the major ways of their English learning are reciting words and doing written exercises. Most participants dissatisfied with their high school English studies, so they had relatively high expectations for college English study. Some hoped to have smooth communications with native English speakers. Some hoped to pass a variety of English tests with high grades, and some would like to improve their academic English at universities. All these suggest that there might have been a tension already between students' actual English learning practices and their English learning self-awareness and expectations at the pre-transitional stage, which could push the pace of the transition. At the transitional stage, as Bridges' transitional model indicates, students are ending the old situation and coming to the neutral zone. 24 participants believe that there are some overlaps between school and college English curricula. Unlike what has been mentioned in existing literature, such overlaps were more positive in students' view because they could consolidate what they had learned and better their understanding of new English language points. Only 2 participants whose English is far above the average disagreed with such overlaps. These suggest that a better connection with school and college curricula is necessary for most first-year non-English major undergraduates. In addition, 22 participants believe that college English teaching was more diverse and relaxed. Listening and speaking were highly emphasized. The knowledge they learned were quite different. However, they felt uncomfortable and lost because of such an inconsistency of teaching methods in school and university. As for students' development of their learning capacities, most participants realized that English study at university level needed lots of their independence and self-directed learning. They had to adapt to it. Obstacles such as timing and lack of motivation to learn indeed affected their adaptation and caused uncertainty to them, but they were confident about dealing with these problems. They grabbed every opportunity to better their learning methods and became more responsible for their learning. Such an engagement seemed to be quite positive. So far, I'm still observing these students' behaviors at the transitional stage and looking forward to more interesting findings at the post-transitional stage. Here are some selected references for the study. That's the end of my presentation. Thanks very much.